All right, guys, welcome to another episode of RoadFS Detail Memoirs. I'm Jody.
And I'm Puzey. And as always, Detail Memoirs is sponsored by RoadFS, the software that drives your business.
And I tell you, it has been an amazing 10 days. Rod and I have been on the road. We ran to Orlando, saw some customers there, then spent 3 epic days at Mobile Tech Expo, and it was over the top successful.
And then drove to a one-day training in Melbourne, and then drove back and flew home.
So now we're trying to figure out who's going to get the first day off. So we may have to arm wrestle for it. So we're super excited because we have our good friend Bob Eichelberg from Lake Country joining us. How are you this morning?
I'm good, guys. Thanks for bringing me in.
That's awesome. Well, we obviously were like two ships in the night at Mobile Tech Expo and just kind of passed each other and waved. But how was Mobile Tech Expo for you in your new role at Lake Country? Super excited. Let's talk about Lake Country and what you're doing there.
Well, gang, I joined, as you know, I was with another company for nearly 20 years. And the opportunity came up at Lake Country Manufacturing, the new division of Lake Country Power Tools. And they decided that they're going to manufacture and introduce a new product to the industry and asked me if I'd like to come along. And you know what? We talked a while and I said, this is exciting. Let's give it a try. So I am currently at Lake Country Power Tools. I'm global sales manufacturer for them. And I'm aiding and assisting the team, the sales team, in bringing out this new product. And it's coming out pretty quick.
So it's got to be fun, right? Because you had a phenomenal 20-year career, having a big impact on the detail industry, and to go off in the sunset, so to speak, and then them to pull you back into this new role has got to be pretty exciting.
Well, Jody, what's exciting is when I started my other venture about 20 years ago, we came to this little show called SEMA. The president of the company said, you need to go to this show. I'd never heard of SEMA. I didn't know what it stood for. And lo and behold, here I went out to this show. At that time, a much smaller show. Had a 10 by 10 booth, introduced our products, a foreign product. And, for 4 long, solid days, talked to, I think back then, about 10,000 people, give or take. And, it was different. Now, what it has come to today, one of the reasons we didn't get to talk at Mobile Tech Expo last week is because it was a blur. We were busy from start to finish. And I've got to give kudos to the people at Mobile Tech Expo. They did one hell of a job in their advertising, pre-show, and getting the real people to the show, which made it so we really didn't have any time to venture off anywhere. But it's been exciting, and I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a fun new adventure for myself, for the detailers in the industry, and the enthusiast in the industry.
So talk about, you said it's coming out soon, but do you have like a relative time frame of when those products are going to hit the floor so that people can start, hammering on them and testing them out and using them? And
well, to be more precise, we actually did a pre-launch at Mobile Tech Expo, where the distributors that have come forward with us and made a commitment to us, we're taking pre-show orders. The unit itself will be shipped about the first week in April. So we're right at the end. We're right now in final testing, final approval, and packaging, manufacturing, and getting ready to go.
Okay. So talk to us about what the product actually is. I mean, how much can you let us know about it? What is its, advantages? What's under the hood, for all of us that are nerdy about this stuff?
Well, I can talk about it. The name of the product is called UDOS, UDOS 51E. Now, what that stands for, somebody says, well, what the hell is UDOS? UDOS stands for User Defined Orbital Stroke Polisher.
Okay.
51, the 5-1 it's 5 units in one. E is electric. So that may tell you what might happen down the road, but we're not going to talk about that. But the 5 positions there's a collet at the very center front of the tool that basically has 5 different descriptions on it. It has the letter R for rotary, the letter S for sanding or polishing, 8 millimeter, P1, which is a 12 millimeter free throw, P2, which is a 15 millimeter, and P3, which is a 21
millimeter.
And
Awesome.
all are variable speed with a lock-on trigger, where you can dial them back and forth depending upon what your usage is or what you're doing. And actually, if you're polishing a car, a vehicle, an RV, or whatever you may be using it on, you may have to switch from the more aggressive rotary to the next position, to the free spinning section, to get a finer polish. So, and you can do this back and forth all day long.
So 5-inch, 6-inch backing plates, standard pads, is it all?
Well, that's a good question. You must have been reading something.
No. I'm just a nerd. I'm just a nerd.
Detail nerd.
Okay. All right. Well, actually, a standard 5-inch pad. And the neat thing about it is we have come out with specific pads for the Udos brand. Now, any other Lake Country pad will fit on it and will work with it, but the pads that we're introducing are threefold. Number 1 is a micro wool cutting pad specific to this tool. Number 2 is a light foam cutting pad. And number 3 is a foam polishing pad. All 3 of these are recognized to perform at the optimum performance on the Udos 51E tool.
Awesome. So weight-wise?
Weight-wise, it's just a little over 7 pounds.
Okay.
And, well-balanced, well-constructed, all rubber cord with a separate cord relief system in it, because as we know, one of the things detailers are hardest on, and ourselves as a consumer, are cords.
It's right there, right where the cord meets the tool.
Especially if it's an Apple product. I mean, they
Especially
are
if it's any product.
Horrible.
You rip any cords out of anything. So awesome.
These cords are run over, they're kinked, they're pulled, but to stress again, it is a professional cord on the product that obviously can be replaced.
Okay. So as far as the inner workings of it, is it a brushless unit? Does it have brushes that can be replaced as the tool's used year after year, or?
No, it is a brush tool.
Okay.
The brushes obviously are like an oil change in a car. They
exactly.
can be and will need to be replaced over a period of time. Now, the $54 question always is, how long do they last? That's like asking somebody with a cordless drill, how many 1-inch screws can you put in? It depends.
Yeah, that to me, anything that has brushes on it, that's just a worthless question. We've had alternators for years and generators for years that have got brushes in them, and anything in automotive, the brushes and any tool, it depends on the use and it depends on the environment. If you're sanding with it all the time and you get a lot of dust in there, obviously it's going to wear out faster than if you're using it in a cleaner environment. So
yeah, and even rod's still ticking, and we're still wondering how that's going.
Yeah,
so
nobody knows how that is. I've already outlived the lifespan of my lifestyle. So
yeah, Rod, you may have to have your brushes changed. You never know.
yeah, that is no lie.
But
no, that's great.
Well, and you bring me to another comment. The nice thing, the day one that this tool is introduced, we will have the service network set up. So the parts will be here in Omaha, Nebraska, and across the United States and globally, I might add, for the repair, because we all know what can happen. You can build the best mousetrap in the world, but something can happen out of our control. So it's important to know that we will be standing behind this product, as we do every product at Lake Country Manufacturing, for lasting and durability sake.
Cool.
Well, the thing for me is knowing that you're standing behind the product with your years of experience, your excitement for a new idea, new product, and a new venture, that gives me a lot of confidence. It makes me very excited to watch what you're doing. And I think a lot of people are doing the same thing. This guy's been a staple in the industry. And what's Bob doing now? What's Yvyn doing now? And so I think a lot of heads are turned to see what you guys are doing, and it's exciting to see and watch what's going to happen over 2020, 2021. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's an exciting time for our company. As you know, Lake Country Manufacturing has been in business for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was founded by the owner, Jim Schneider, and is now being run and operated by his son, Jay Schneider. Family-owned company, manufactured in Wisconsin, and the team is incredible. They've been most welcoming, and it's just some really exciting times. And you think in this industry, which is a relatively old industry, that you can bring new things to this industry and make it exciting. And I'll tell you what, our experience at SEMA and Mobile Tech, there's a lot of hype going on right now.
That's great.
And I think part of it's around just the innovation itself. I mean,
Yeah.
When you're taking a situation where, in the case of this new tool, I would have had to have 5 tools laid out in front of me, as opposed to just having one that I can change the setting on. I know every shop that I go into, and they always will. It's not like anybody's just going to have one single tool. They've got it all, just a myriad of tools. I still have a great big giant 12-inch rotary that's, I don't know, I think it's older than 2 of my daughters, but everybody still has those tools. I know Rennie still has this giant old tool that he's had for years. But this is a huge innovation to have a kind of an all-in-one tool that can do more than one thing. Specialization is great, but at the same time, versatility is very powerful. That's a time saver. So
yeah.
Well, and we've had the opportunity. This tool has been on the drawing board for 5 years. I mean, we have tested. Lake Country has tested this tool, worked this tool. It's incredible to come out with this. Once people see this tool, to have a tool that does all 5 of these features is incredible. To have the fine balancing, the comfort of this tool, the ease of operation for the end user, and it doesn't heat up. Variable speed, tool rests on it. And here's a neat feature. It comes available with 3 separate handles. Obviously, it's going to come with one handle, the standard size handle. And then there is a smaller handle. And then there's also a larger one that we're calling the platypus, for no better analogy.
Why not?
For those guys with big hands. I mean, you get some of these gorillas out there with big hands, so they can operate this tool and it's not sliding all over the place. But so
yeah, I know a couple of those guys.
You don't want the little dainty one.
I know a couple of those guys. You see them holding the tool and they're holding it with like 2 fingers because that's all that can fit on the top of it.
Yeah, like Mark Johnson. I mean, he's got it.
Yeah,
he
some of those guys
like that. That's
mitts,
great. So
about our good buddy Kyle Clark, he's got some big paws there.
Yeah,
he's got some big mitts on him too. Yeah,
just as long as he's not smacking me, I'm good.
Yeah.
He's like, Jody, come on, man.
Well, that's super exciting. I can't wait to see the actual, like the physical live launch date and see what kind of response you guys get, and just see what it does to the industry. I mean, bringing in an innovation like that, I think with any part of the, whether it's in our arena like software innovations, or whether it's in any kind of technology and the tools we use, that's really what's driven this industry. I mean, it is a relatively old industry, but how many years ago did you have 1 or 2 options? 20, 25 years ago when rotary was all you had. And now the speed with which somebody can do something in a 2-step process that used to take all day, and now it's just a matter of a couple of hours. So,
Well, and something I also want to mention is this tool, of course, will come with a backing plate. And it's a backing plate. Our UDOS has air ducts, AERO ducts in the backing plate. And for nothing more than giving a clear explanation, there's actually openings in that plate. When it's spinning, airflow is going through the plate, cooling the pad, but also cooling whatever product you have attached to the pad that you're using for polishing. One of the biggest problems with all polishers on the market today is the heat buildup from the housing into the spindle, into the pad, into the pads that are on the unit. So this is going to do nothing but help not only secure the cool air through the tool, but also make it for longer pad life.
Yeah, which is a big, it's a big cost savings for the shops as well. I mean, that, a lot of times people focus on what is going to, help our end customer. I got to take care of my customer, but at the same time, you've got to take care of your own internal business processes and what is going to help you make a healthier bottom line.
And this tool, I might add also, is going to be assembled in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. And for those of you that don't know where Oconomowoc is, it's a well-hidden place, but it's actually just north of Milwaukee. It's basically a suburb of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So again, an American-made institution for us.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. That's really cool.
So what are your plans this year? Obviously you and Yvyn are going out, you're educating, you're training, you're helping people. What's 2020 look for you as far as helping people see the product, get their hands on the product?
Well, actually, we have a plan that's actually kicking off next week. Our entire sales force and Yvyn will be in Oconomowoc next week. And let me also give you another name. Kelly Harris out of London, England, is also joined our team as a brand ambassador. So Kelly, Yvyn, and our entire sales force are going to be in next week doing training where Yvyn and Kelly are going to be showing our sales force what type of training they use in their country. We're all familiarizing ourselves with the product and what our next launch is. But I'll tell you, we're involved this year we're pretty much booked up from now on. I mean, we have open houses at different distributors. Got the Southern Detail show coming up.
Yep.
We're going to Waxstock in England. We're going to Auto Mechanica in Frankfurt, Germany in September. We're going to Mobile Tech again in Las Vegas. Then we're going to SEMA again in Las Vegas. And then we're going to try to celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas and start all over again. So,
yep. That
really
sounds awesome. Well, we'll be able to see you a lot then, because we're going to be in the Southern Detailers Conference. We're one of the gold sponsors of that. We're actually going to have a booth for our RoadFS, and then we actually have a booth for live podcasts that we're going to set up, and we're going to be doing them on the hour for everybody. So we'll want to speak to you again then and see how things went after the launch. So we'll try to bring you into that booth at least for a couple minutes and just get an update on how the launch went. And then again, we'll be at Mobile Tech Expo Las Vegas and
SEMA
the SEMA booth with Bob and Dave Phillips at the PNS booth. And absolutely, it's just a whirlwind. Awesome. So let's talk about how people get a hold of you or your sales team for the new product, if they want to get it in their hands when it goes live, website, phone numbers, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Well, of course, our website is www.lcpowertools.com. And that is being launched right now. It's a work in process every single day. In fact, what the conference call I was on this morning was fine tuning a lot of the details for that. But they can also call Lake Country Manufacturing. That phone number is on the website, of course. Sure. And on the website, we will also have posted our customers where they can go. But every major customer where they buy from right now will have the Udo's power tool in stock.
Okay.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your really busy day. I mean, you already said I've been on the phone for 2.5 hours. I'm sure you got to run off and build this new empire, the Blue Empire. So we're really excited that you took some time to visit with us. And those that are watching, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your time. Every week we do a broadcast live right here at Facebook. We post them on YouTube. Make sure that you listen to the podcast if you're on the road. And we'd really appreciate you taking some time to give us a like, a subscribe, and a review. And don't forget, RoadFS is the premier automotive detailing, automotive recon software in the industry. We're here to help you. And we're just having fun being a part of it, doing detail memoirs, doing Mafia memoirs. It's just a blast. So if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and the Rodster.
That's right. And make sure you go out and support all your suppliers. But especially the three gentlemen that you see ahead of you right now, because if you don't support us, then we have to go get a real job, and nobody wants that. So take care of us. Take care of your customers. I'm not hireable. That's why I work with him.
That's why he owns his own business, and he works with me because
that's right. Yeah, I've got that do not play wells with others right there. So
somehow I've learned to do that. So
thanks for watching. Look these guys up. Look at the LC Power Tool. This is awesome. I mean, and like I said, as a nerd of tools and products, just to see something that's this innovative that combines all of these processes in one, I'm really anxious to get my hands on it, which we will. Look for this coming spring. There's a lot of things changing on Detail Memoirs. We have many featured suppliers that we're going to be looking at the processes that detailers go through. We have several shops lined up, and we're going to actually be going out in the field and getting our hands on some of the products to look at how detailers use these things. So big sponsors from the IDA and a lot of suppliers out there. And so just look for some really big changes this spring.
Yeah. So
hey guys, and one last note. If you're ever in the neighborhood, I'd love to have you stop by our place in Oconomowoc to take a look. And you will.
I think
absolutely.
I think we're going to have to look at the calendar and include that on the list, because I would love to do an on-site live.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the factory. Here's the team. That will be awesome.
Yep. Love it.
So, well, thank you very much for joining us. And those that are tuning in, make sure you check out Lake Country Power Tools. It's lcpowertools.com. And make sure to join us next week, same time, same bat channel right here at RoadFS Detail Memoirs. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, brother.